ลการจัดอันดับมหาวิทยาลัยที่ดีที่สุดของเอเชียในปี 2013 ถึง 2014 5 อันดับแรกได้แก่ อันดับที่ 1 มหาวิทยาลัยโตเกียวประเทศญี่ปุ่น อันดับที่ 2 มหาวิทยาลัยแห่งชาติสิงคโปร์ประเทศสิงคโปร์อันดับที่ 3 มหาวิทยาลัยฮ่องกงเขตปกครองพิเศษฮ่องกงอันดับที่ 4 มหาวิทยาลัยแห่งชาติโซลประเทศเกาหลีใต้อันดับที่ 5 มหาวิทยาลัยปักกิ่งประเทศจีน
For the Asian rankings, the Asian university, is Asia still dominates? Why is that?
Well, I think it's about economic development to a certain extent. So, for example, Japan always does very well, and it had a very strong economy in the 40s and 50s and 60s, a very technology-driven economy. They've achieved great things through technological development supported by universities. So Japan led the way, and then I think China, obviously, building quality universities has been a big priority there since the 1990s, so they've had a little bit of time to start putting money into universities. Hong Kong, of course, has always had a culture. Singapore, they're real global hubs, so they've enjoyed the benefits of being a hub between East and West. They've been centres of business, centres of innovation. So I think a lot of it is about following the sort of economic strengths, and that allows governments and societies to put more investment into universities. It allows them to be at the forefront of economic growth, whereas some of the less developed countries have obviously had other priorities. They've had,
What are the interesting trends that you see for Asian universities?
Well, I think perhaps the greatest quick wins for Asia have perhaps been in the area of science and technology. So the great rising stars of Asia tend to be smaller, focused universities like Singapore's Nanyang Technological University, South Korea's Pahang University of Science and Technology, Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. They're all very young institutions. They've only been around 20 or 30 years. And they've managed to make incredible progress very quickly. And I think that has been about having a clear focus, having a strong mission, and having good links with industry. So a lot of the research subjects are very relevant to the economy, engineering, science, technology.
In which areas do Asian universities lag behind Western universities?
Obviously, I can't generalize for the whole continent because there's lots of different cultures. But I think in some places, Korea, China, there's perhaps an acknowledgement that at the education level, not the research level, but at the teaching and learning level, there's perhaps been too much of a focus on achievement, certificates, exam scores, and not enough focus on creativity and thinking and being ready for change, being prepared for an uncertain future. And I think that comes from maybe starting to bring in more of a kind of liberal arts type culture that you see in the American system. So trying to make sure that students are not just taught the sort of narrow curricula, they're taught to maybe do a bit of philosophy, a bit of literature, a bit of history as well.
สำหรับประเทศไทยมหาวิทยาลัยเทคโนโลยีพระจอมเกล้าธนบุรีเป็นมหาวิทยาลัยเดียวของไทยที่ติดอันดับ1ใน350มหาวิทยาลัยที่ดีที่สุดในโลกในปี 2013 ถึง 2014 หากดูการจัดอันดับระดับเอเชียมหาวิทยาลัยเทคโนโลยีพระจอมเกล้าธนบุรีอยู่ในอันดับที่ 50 และมหาวิทยาลัยมหิดลอยู่ในอันดับที่ 82
Only one or two Thai universities make it to the world rankings. What would be your advice for Thai universities?
Well, I think you can achieve a lot around strategic focus. So trying to work out what you're strong at and push there, and don't try and be everything to everybody. I think individual universities need to obviously be conscious of their histories and their own missions. And I think one of the things I think is really important in rankings is don't be too driven by the rankings themselves. The ranking success should follow your own success.